And this one here, whenever I see it, I think of Spectrum, the cable company, not Spectrum Brands Holdings,
I
which
had never heard of this company.
no, I never did. I've heard of their products, which I know you're going to talk about the products a little bit, but I just never. Spectrum, you automatically think of the cable company. But Spectrum Brand Holdings is the company. Their symbol is SPB. They're in the household and personal products industry. Ooh, short on this is 16.7%. So they're looking for a pullback in the stock. The shorts are. We do see a decent PE ratio of 14.9 versus 25.2 for the industry. Price of sales looks good at 0.5 versus 2.5. We do see price to book value 0.7 versus 4.9, so that's pretty attractive. The price of tangible book value is higher at 12.7, but the industry has a price to tangible book value of 83.3. And you, again, want the company's valuations lower than the industry. We do see price of cash flow 7.3 versus 16.9, so that's a positive. PEG ratio 1, that's very good. Take a look at the earnings over last year. They are up 18.1%. The industry is only up 7.7%. However, sales for Spectrum Brands Holdings did fall by 5.2% when the industry was up 1.1%. The analysts, or the 5-year earnings growth estimate, they're saying 13.2% is what they're looking at for the growth in the earnings versus decline of 12%. So I'm not sure why there's such a big short on this company. You get a nice dividend, 3.3%. They only use 48% of their earnings to pay that out, so that's a big positive there. The industry has a yield of 2.8, so they're above the industry. Still questioning what the short is here, why there's a short on it. Maybe it's the balance sheet. The balance sheet, current ratio 2.3 versus 1. Well, a lot of liquidity there. Debt to equity 0.3 versus 1.2. Not much debt on the balance sheet. Let's see, net profit margin 3.6 versus 10.4. So maybe the profit margins on their products are lower, perhaps causing some problems, and return on equity is low at 5.2 versus 27.4. So it could be a profitability issue with the company. Free cash flow is only $165 million versus $7.7 billion for the industry. So maybe you have something exciting going forward, Chase.
Yeah, current price here for Spectrum Brands is $57.38. And again, their ticker symbol is SPB. 52-week range, though. $49.99 is the low and the high. Wow, $96.62. Year to date, the stock is down 32%. Over the last 5 years, I mean, the stock has really not done much and actually has declined about 14%. Over the last 10 years, down 33%. So, I mean, this has not been a good performer. And I'm almost wondering why. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like there's that many problems, especially to warrant a 16% short on the float there. That's pretty crazy.
Maybe it just got too high too quick, and the shorts haven't left yet, because you said the high is what, 96.62. It's now 57.
Yeah, about 99. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a big fall.
yeah, 96.62 is the high there. But going forward, I mean, again, the valuation looks good. I mean, you go out to September 2027, estimated earnings per share here is $5, gives you a target sell price at $83. You are looking for earnings declines in 2026 of about 18%, but it looks like that'd be the trough, and now you're looking for earnings growth again next year of close to 13%. I mean, look at the brands. I mean, there's a lot, frankly, that I don't recognize. The big one that I mentioned is George Foreman. The other one is Remington, and I was like, what is Remington? It's Remington razors, but I was like, I knew I recognized this.
But they're electric razors, aren't they?
Yeah, and they do my nose hair trimmer. And then also... it is what it is.
And then talk about what they have.
And then I think they also had, I used to use it when I was in high school, and I used to buzz my head.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So,
right.
And then they also have, home and garden products. I'm not as familiar with some of these. And then Global Pet Care, I did see they have this thing called Dream Bones, which I do get for my dogs.
But what are dream bones? Are they?
Yeah, they're kind of like this healthier rawhide thing, and they wrap it with like bacon flavored stuff. Or
I kind of like this company. I do see that over the last 90 days, their earnings estimates going forward to September 2027 are up 7%. There's kind of a big range on that $5 earnings for September 2027. The low's $420, the high is $587. But I would want to know a lot more about the products that they have. But this is a company, and when I say you collect a 3% dividend, I think it was.
Yeah, almost 3.5.
3.5. This is one, and again, we're talking investing. We're talking about this is a business that you can buy and hold for many years to come. Probably get a nice growth on it, get that nice dividend. I didn't check to see if they increased their dividend on a regular basis, but I believe I did see something like that. But this could be a good investment, but you got to understand. And then also too, I'd read what the shorts are seeing.
Yeah.
Why do they think this is going to fall? Because that's a pretty big short position on it.
Well, and I was kind of shocked. I mean, they reported earnings here last week, and they had about a 15% jump in the stock price after reporting earnings. And frankly, I'm shocked it wasn't more. I mean, they came out with earnings per share of $2.61. That beat the 90-cent consensus estimate.
What was that earnings again?
261.
Versus 90?
Yeah, versus 90, and more than doubled the highest estimate of $1.20. I mean, this is very interesting that, I mean, they performed that well. They had that big of a short position. I'm almost surprised this thing wasn't up like 50% with that level of a short on it. I mean, I'd have to know more about the quarter because, I mean, that is a massive beat. They get bad guidance going forward because that's huge.
I know. I think a couple months ago we were sitting on more cash than we have since 2008, which we have now done about 3 investments since that time frame. So our cash is lower. I don't know if we would look at something like this or not because we got maybe one more buy left. We were doing the portfolio.
It's a little bit smaller. Market cap's about $1.2 billion.
Ooh, okay, yeah. So,
but I think there's definitely intrigue there.
Well, I mean, we generally buy $30 to $35 million. So we'd still would not be controlling the stock. Could be a little bit hard to get out of. But I just feel good about it. Again, I'd want to learn more about the products. So, and again, pet stuff, that's pretty big. So,